Hi Tribe, welcome back for the Soulmate update. For those of you who are new, a very warm welcome. If you are wanting to join our live sessions during the month, I give free readings away. Come and join the tribe. Also, thank you to those of you who have subscribed for ever and a day. And the new channel that I'm going to be launching, the link is actually directly below. So this is a follow-on of the reading that I did at the beginning of the month. We're going to have a look at what's going on during the Venus direct aspect and, astrologically speaking, how it's going to directly impact you. Now, be mindful, Venus as of the 16th is moving direct, but Mercury is moving retrograde. So as for travel, transport, etc., be cautious. As well as miscommunication, so be very mindful of that. Now, it's quite interesting with the frequencies of what's coming through with you guys. Okay, in the past, you were looking at the aspect of maybe this being the love of your life for some of you. And again, you could be in a new situation and you're reflecting back, or you feel this physically is your divine counterpart. Currently where you are is you feel very spiritually ready. And for those of you who are single that do feel that this is your deep connection, let's just get into it because I feel there's a few messages coming here. Right now you feel ready for a connection. So for those of you who are single thinking about a deep spiritual connection, you're ready. You've done the healing, okay? And you're wanting to offer something. How they were looking at the past is they wanted to take this to the next level. And this is more so, I'm going to talk just temporarily from the perspective of those of you who aren't with your soulmate energy. Currently, it may be that there's a bit of push and pull on the partner's side of the Aries. And again, their frequencies may need to be cleared in a way where they can understand, what the process is. Yes, the person's ready, but I feel it's more on the partner's side or the person of interest side is their healing. I'm going to pull a clarifier. Okay, for those of you who are partnered with the Aries, there's a past tense frequency coming through on your side. You definitely have some healing you're doing currently. Okay, so be it you are or you're not with them. You might be healing over a previous connection and wondering why connections can't go according to plan. For others of you, it may be in the past, you wanted it to go ahead at that point in time. There may have been financial issues that was the block in the initial stage of the reason why it didn't get off the ground. If you're in the connection, you're reflecting back on that factor. Where it currently stands for the partnered energy or the interest energy is that you're cautious about them. You're thinking, how did you miraculously change overnight? I hear one thing and you do another. Now, you're recovering because that whole frequency has fatigued you. It's been very confusing. And it literally does feel very strange looking at the Aries side because it is literally like a 360 overnight. A lot of processing has been done on their side. Now, I'll finish this side and I'll bounce back to it after. It's like you're stuck in that train of thought. There's no way. This is all it's going to be, okay? Because this connection hasn't ended. It might even be the pain that hasn't ended yet of where they weren't ready to be that person for you, or they were unable to be due to circumstances. So there could be some things going on in both of your lives that are very interesting. Now, Aries, if you're with someone who you feel is not the one, as I said, there's a few stories coming through. You guys are looking at this and thinking this isn't my one. For others of you that are partnered, your partner's going through something at the moment and it might not even be completely connected to you, but there is healing going on here. Others of you that are waiting for this energy to come back to you, it's like you've done a 360 and you're ready to move forward. How others are influencing Aries at the moment in a good way, okay? Their hopes and dreams and everything around them is coming to a balance. What the movement is, again, is financially related. They have high expectations connected to their spirituality. Okay, people's religious beliefs don't have to be church. A mindset and a way of being. It can be, you know, doing yoga. It could be eating vegetarian. It could be eating organic. Aries at the moment, this particular group I'm tuning into, is feeling a direct connection to their self-worth in net value. Now, this was their expectation of themselves and they're actually achieving it. So the movement is they've got the money back on track, and it might look like they're obsessive about it. It's because they felt everything was out of order, and I do feel they're taking a bit of the Libran kind of aspects coming through after retrograde in, where the balance is coming back. But it might be they were too focused on it, and it may be some of them have a business that they're trying to get off the ground, and they're very passionate about it. They're very knowledgeable. Their feelings in relation to you, yes, they know there's a delay. About the past, they had indecision in relation to it. Let's find out what this indecision is, or was rather. Whether or not they had come out of the depression or not, it feels like an old frequency. It's something they hadn't learnt about themselves and where that core wound was. It's almost like they're saying it wasn't a biggie. Yeah, they weren't ready for relationships. And the relationships, if they did pick them, for those of you who aren't together, was due to the fact that they learnt something through these connections. But it wasn't, in their mind, it wasn't a connection. And they have come out of that, you know, that mindset, that way of being. What they are seeing at the moment is that they're wishing to propose to you in a romantic gesture. They're seeing the potential in this connection. They want, both of you in some shape or form might be mirroring each other. What they are wanting to change is, how do I put it? It's the pride on both sides. Both of you are very big go-getters when it comes to life, and balancing those two situations, you know, and not making it feel like a job. You know, it may be letting the guard down, letting the ego down to a point where it doesn't feel like hard work, but it was your own individual lives were hard work at some point. But you're not being an enemy to each other. You actually, the reason it's taken so long to get back into a united state is due to the fact that you've been extremely flexible with one another for your transformation. The intentions of Aries moving forward is to have courage within the connection and, you know, face any aspects of blocks that have been occurring. They're seeing the truth of what has transpired, and they do want to take this to the next level. Okay. So their intentions are to take it to the next level. What are their actions going to be? Good luck, guys. They're coming for you. They have very old school values. So, you know, even if you guys are together, whatever has transpired between you, especially that's really fatigued you guys, partners, they had high expectations. You know, they were trying to get that mindset in order because they want this to be, they're ambitious, they're go-getters, and they're self-made, and they know that this is you as well. And they want you both to see you can have your both. Both of you can have these big dreams and still have this direct connection. They're trying to show you this. The possible outcome is, while this process is happening, this transformation, it might cause stress between the connection, but an old cycle is wrapping up. So that is the result. In relation to contact, yes, I do feel you will have contact. So hope for it. If you're losing hope, yes. Even if you're not hearing from them, no. I feel they want to contact you. I feel you're closed off to it. And it can go both ways, so don't get me wrong. Frequencies can bounce, and maybe that is what's been going on at the moment. Not so much that the intent isn't there for the communication, but you keep missing each other's phone calls due to what is going on, you know, in your thready life at the moment. And both of you are very tired. The Aries sign is picking up in frequency, whereas you guys are very run down at the moment, which is understandable because female energies at the moment are very tired. Masculine and male energies are very high. Okay, the financial sector on their side is they felt that they were not owning the crown, okay? They weren't to the point of where they wanted to be. Now, in love, they feel very at home with you. And it can be home-related dynamics and wanting to come home if they're not with you. Now, the path forward, yes, there's a pause in the journey due to the 3D nature of what's going on here. With finances for you guys, couples, you might not be communicating in relation to money. There might be dynamics there. It might be you're on holiday, as well as under the weather for some of you. Others of you, you might be waiting on a document coming through. And in love, you feel, you know, there's misfortune. But moving forward, you're not going to be like down in the dumps. There's a delay and a wait. Okay, what additional messages do you have for Aries? Guys, on your side, I feel there may be, look, okay, on the coupled side, there might be a family-related dynamic that is taking a lot of your time. It might be connected to family, parents, kin. But you are moving out of the frequency of, you know, worrying, is it going to be okay? And that is due to the fact that you're tired and run down. And yes, finance is going to get back on track. So if you have been worried about that, finances are getting back on track. But you're not seeing the blessing and the transformation. You're very, very tired. So the partner energy is very tight for those of you who are cross-watching. Let's see any additional messages coming through for the Aries. If I'm not looking at you, it's because I'm tuning. There's a lot of information coming through. They're so close to finalising what they need to do. I really do feel it is so close, but you're so very fatigued. See? They're so close to bring it all together. Like, it's not together yet. They're trying to do this, I feel. Yeah, again, 2 cards. It's not over. The connection between you and them is not over. No, it hasn't come about yet, but it's not over. They're trying to tie up their loose ends so they can bring this through. They can end that old cycle and they can bring it all together. I do feel that this is moving on from the 14th onwards. This is consolidating and finalising. And again, with Mercury retrograde, it may make us feel fatigued and a lag within that. I do feel there might be a delay in the transformation, but they are working at it and they are wanting to move forward. If you want me to tune directly into your individual twin flame path, touch base with me. The link for the readings is directly below, or I'll see you during the month live on Yildiz Readings.